It didn't win the game last night, but Aubrey Huff's ninth-inning home run sent the Giants on to a 6-2, 12-inning win. Oh my, the San Diego defense, a veritable diving team, keeping the Padres in a 1-0 lead through 8. Tonight, San Diego takes aim at two-time Cy Young winner Tim Lincecum. Can they freak out the freak? Petco Park, and what a combination. A beautiful Friday night and a big baseball crowd to see the Giants and the Padres, game 2 of this 4-game series. And good evening, everyone. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, pleased you're with us on this Friday, Fireworks Friday night. Padres hope they'll offer some pyrotechnics with a bat, long overdue, and they get to beat, if they win tonight, one of the game's best, Tim Lincecum, and I think they're excited to go to work against him.
Well, last time against Tim Lincecum, the Padres bats came out in San Francisco, which is always a tough place to play. They got him out of the game early, and hopefully tonight carries over because the pitching staff really deserves a lot of love, especially tonight when Dustin Mosley's on the mound. He needs some support.
How about Aaron Harang last night again? Since coming off the DL, no runs allowed now in 13 consecutive innings.
Aaron Harang has not missed a beat. He's throwing good located fastballs. The breaking ball is down in the zone, and when I look at Aaron Harang, like a lot of the guys in the starting rotation, they are throwing pitches with conviction. They are not being tentative with their pitches. They're attacking the zone, and hopefully this is a trend that continues as the summer goes on and the bats come alive.
Now, those are the 5 starters plus Clayton Richards, 1 start, and then on to the DL. But if you're looking for a sunshine in this season of clouds in terms of offense, the starting pitching would be the envy of most any team in the big leagues. And yet, with those few runs allowed, 2.14 from the starters, that would be good enough to be 8-3, you would think, but they are 3-8, and the onus goes to the hitters.
And you really have to give kudos to the starting rotation because they really have only 2 guys. Latos and Lupke, I think, has the ability to really blow the ball by hitters. The rest of the guys are pretty much finesse guys. With those numbers, they're making good pitches, and hopefully they get some support.
And Dustin Mosley, of course, has been the one who has been least supported by his hitters. Maybe tonight's the night. Have we said that before?
We have said that before, and it starts tonight. He's going to get 6 runs tonight.
All right, here is the starting pitching tonight. The matchup features Tim Lincecum. He's fun to watch. His record, surprisingly, only 7-7. And one of the leading strikeout pitchers, of course, in all of baseball. And Dustin Mosley, 2-8. That just is not fair. He's pitched well enough to at least be at 500. Maybe tonight's the night for his 3rd win of the year. And our pitching matchup brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. Friday night at the ballpark, the Giants and the Padres ready to go to work. Giants and the Padres. And we're about set for the opening pitch, and the Padres starting pitcher, Dustin Mosley. Here's his profile, brought to you by your San Diego County Cadillac dealer. Stop in today for an attractive lease or purchase offer. First man that Mosley faces, Andres Torres, and we're underway. Ball one outside. Torres hitting at .224. Mosley, in 9 games, his teammates have provided 2 runs or less. 2.50 run support for 9 innings, and that's about as stingy a help side as you can find in the big leagues. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 on Torres, who was 3 for 4 in his brief appearances against this right-hander, the pride and joy of Texarkana, Arkansas. Misses inside. Ted Barrett calling the balls and strikes.
You just brought me back to my AA days in the Texas League in Shreveport, talking about Texarkana, and that's a pretty good pitch right there from Mosley.
Lifted toward left, toward the line. Ludwig, and he can't quite get there. Just into the first row. Lady in the blue outfit there landed almost in her lap.
I think a big key tonight for Dustin Mosley is to have his infielders working overtime. And what do I mean by that? The ground ball. If Dustin is working down the zone, a lot of ground balls on the infield, that means that he is making his pitches.
That one ripped deep, but well fouled on the right field side. Tumbles out of the second tier, and someone downstairs gets an easy chance at a souvenir.
Oh, so
dangerous
close.
Spot there, leaning out and bobbling the ball. There's a deep drive to right field, and that one goes foul. So Torres well out in front of a couple of pitches, but hit him solidly. He has 3 home runs this year.
How about a good old-fashioned fastball down and away?
It's down 3-2.
So think ground balls early and then go for the strikeout with 2 strikes. Last time out, Mosley did extremely well in the strikeout department.
Yeah, that was his best in his career, 9 strikeouts. Back through the middle, base hit. So Torres gets the first place Giants going with a solid single to center. Here's the Giants lineup of Bruce Bochy, brought to you by the Prize Patrol, presented by Jerome's Furniture. Text winning to 269-411 to enter. Torres, Fontenot, and Pablo Sandoval, a 22-game hitting streak. Sherholtz hitting cleanup. Aubrey Huff, the big home run last night. Cody Ross, Brandon Crawford bats 7th. Chris Stewart is the catcher tonight for Tim Lincecum. Fontenot, left-handed hitting second baseman. Mosley visits first base to check on Torres, who leads the Giants with 10 stolen bases. Fontenot was on the DL with a injured groin for 41 games. Now back in the lineup, hitting .216. Strike on the outside corner. Fastball, but at 86 miles an hour.
He'll change speeds on that fastball. As I mentioned in our open, Dustin Mosley's not going to be a pitcher who's going to blow hitters away. He already threw a couple changeups to Andres Torres. One of them, he singled up the center of the diamond for a base hit.
Foul back, and Edelman almost got Sandoval. Sandoval not in the on-deck circle, but slipping over behind home plate to get a better look at the offerings of Mosley, and that one came within a foot of hitting him.
Oh yeah, Sandoval, he's pulling a Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez used to do that, creep as far as he could behind home plate so he can get a good look at the opposing pitcher.
There was a day where a pitcher might take offense.
Exactly. What do you think the double D or the winder would do if a guy tried to?
You know, as you warm up, you might just let one go, and you know they can slip out of your hand, go way over there.
It slipped.
Yeah. You want to skip some rope? Try this one.
Yeah.
2 strikes ahead of Fontenot. Torres with his lead. There he goes. Base hit to left field. Torres slides, thinking the ball was not hit, and he gets up and goes to third anyway. So an excellent start for the Giants. Fontenot, that was a run and hit or hit and run going the opposite way. Didn't matter. He lined it to left field. Torres slides, gets up, advances to third anyway.
And an 0-2 hit surrendered by Dustin Mosley. He is off and running. I don't know whether he was decoyed at second base, but Fontenot does a nice job of dumping that ball into left center field. Another 0-2 hit.
So the Giants, who went scoreless until the ninth inning against Aaron Harang last night, threatened to score here early. No one out, first and third to the hot-hitting Pablo Sandoval, 22-game hitting streak. Lines it to left. Ludwig has a play. Torres tags. Here comes the throw, and it's not in time. Giants lead 1-0. Sandoval with his 32nd RBI on the sacrifice fly. And you can hear a lot of Giants fans here to cheer on their first place team tonight. Fontenot did not know if that ball would be cut off, so he held at first base.
Now, Sandoval last night going the opposite way with a good swing. He did that on that sacrifice fly. A pitch up and away and serving it that way for the sac fly.
And he doubled to left field in the All-Star game for his RBI. Nate Shearholtz takes a strike at the knees. He's hit safely in the last 7 games. Raised his average up 33 points in the last 2.5 weeks, hitting .397 in the last 17 games. Hit a couple of home runs, remember, in that game up north that the Giants won in 14 innings, 6-5. Infield set for 2. So the Giants, who waited until Aubrey Huff's home run in the 9th inning last night to score their first run, get one tonight from the first 3 batters against Mosley. Another line drive to left, and here comes Ludwig. Soft liner. 2 away. Defense of the Padres reads like this. With the outfield of Ludwig, Maben, and Venable left to right. Headley, Bartlett, Hudson, and Rizzo around the horn. Kyle Phillips starts tonight behind the plate, handling the pitches of Dustin Mosley. Huff, .238 hitter, but a clutch hitter. Leads in home runs, leads in RBIs, leads in hits. There goes the runner. Fontenot will steal second as Phillips cannot get a grip on the ball. Kyle, going into the game, fairly successful throwing out runners, 6 for 18, but couldn't quite get a good grip.
Couple of things here. Big leg kick from Mosley and a breaking ball, a curve ball enabling Fontenot, and then Kyle Phillips could not find the handle.
3rd steal of the season for Fontenot. So Aubrey now, Huff can pick up a run on a base hit. Two and one changeup floating upstairs.
He's thrown a handful of changeups in this first inning.
Orlando Hudson expecting Huff to pull, backs up on the outfield grass at second base. Rizzo very deep at first. Outfield swung around toward right, a dead pull alignment used by the Padre defense. That's a strike.
You know, Dustin throwing a lot of pitches. That was the 20th, and Bob Scanlon in the pregame show made a good point. There are pitchers who warm up in the bullpen and feel great. Then they go out to the mound. It's a different story. Maybe the release point changes. Maybe the mechanics are a little bit out of whack. You really don't know until you hit that rubber, and it's game time.
The 2-2 pitch. Backs him off the plate with a 2-seamer, and it didn't quite catch the inside corner.
You see Kyle try to bring that one back in. Yeah. He caught it and then tried to pull the old Bob Boone, bringing it on the inside part of the plate.
It's part of the art form of being behind that mask. Framing up a pitch. 3-2. Goes after a changeup, and a change curve fools Huff as Mosley gets out of that freely enough. A run on 2 hits, a man left. Here come the Padres, bottom of the first. As we told you earlier, over 1,000 Boy Scouts are here tonight. They'll camp out on the field and watch a movie on the big screen and then have breakfast in the morning.
Oh, what a great night and morning for those kids.
And we have amongst us the Cal State Chico baseball team, the Wildcats from Northern California, here to see a ball game. We would guess they're cheering for Lincecum and the Giants, and Lincecum's first pitch to Venable all the way to the screen. 7-7 for Lincecum. Venable hitting .241, a couple of home runs. 2-0. Lincecum, who has been the strikeout leader in the National League, has relinquished, at least here at the midpoint of the season, that honor to Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. Line drive, base hit. Venable with a solid single out of the reach of second baseman Fontenot. And the Padres with a base hit start here in their half of the first inning. And here is Bud Black's starting lineup, brought to you by Evans Tire and Service Centers, home of the free alignment. Venable, Bartlett, Headley the first 3. Ludwig in the cleanup spot, their leading run producer. Maben after Hudson, who is hitting .409 against Lincecum. That's a good sign. Kyle Phillips, the catcher. Dustin Mosley bats 9th.
So with those numbers for the O-Dog, they need runners on base when he is at the plate.
Venable, 15 steals. Bartlett has 18. Hudson with 13. Maben with 12. So it's a lineup with enough stealing speed for Bud Black. They've got to steal some runs. Breaking ball, big curve for a strike. Bartlett, a good situational hitter, and Bud Black after the game last night saying what has bothered him most about this season is that his hitters just have not delivered in the situation. Infield back, man at third, 1 out, not getting a ground ball, striking out. Ball gets away, and Venable on his toes will make it to second base. Good read by Venable. Soon as he saw that ball skip away from the catcher, Chris Stewart, he was on his way up 90 feet.
And a big key in advancing 90 feet is the secondary lead. As Lincecum goes towards home plate, watch the secondary. Hop, hop, daylight, gotta go. 90 feet. You get dirty there, Will. Tremendous amount of muck on that uniform right now.
Lincecum charged with a wild pitch, so the tying run at second with no one out. 1-1 now to Bartlett. And now this becomes a situation for him to try to advance that runner to third. Can he hit the ball to the right side?
Remember in spring training, they were doing that each and every day. The bats were coming alive. They were great at situational hitting, something Randy Reddy talked about all spring training.
He tried to go to right field. And of course the pitcher knows that a good hitter's trying to do that. So tough to get the ball the other way when you jam him with some heat. That was 94 miles an hour.
So if I'm pitching against Jason Bartlett here, my idea, I want to keep the ball in front of the runner. I want a ground ball to Pablo Sandoval at third base to keep Will Venable at second base.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Spoils that one.
He throws a split. That's his changeup. Fastball split, curveball slider.
Remarkable talent, Tim Lincecum, 5'11", 157 pounds. 2 times the Pac-10 Player of the Year, Pitcher of the Year at the University of Washington, and All-America. Shortstop Crawford darting in behind Venable. Lincecum backing off. As a freshman in college, Lincecum was 5'9" and 135 and becomes a All-America. 2-2 to Bartlett. And another foul. His dad, from age 4, as you know the story, I'm sure, about Lincecum, teaching him this unusual style, one to tilt so that the shoulders turn to Alberto Gonzalez. So Chase Headley's been scratched from the lineup. He was in the starting lineup, but that contusion on the ankle apparently has sidelined him, and a late insertion is Alberto Gonzalez at third base.
Well, I'm wondering, because Headley's name is still up on the board, if it's going to be an official pinch hit.
Well, he's in the starting lineup, and that's yes, he's out of the game. Ground ball to short. That'll hold the runner at second, Venable, and Crawford across to Huff for the out. Gonzalez has done a good job with runners in scoring position this year. He's hitting .379 with 2 outs, and only 1 out here.
Yeah, Buddy just had to signal to the home plate umpire, Ted Barrett, that, hey, I'm pinch hitting. Because on the umpire's card, it says Venable, Bartlett, Headley. So Buddy had to tell the umpire, and now insert Gonzalez.
That means that Headley is not available for a pinch hitting. He's out of the game. Last night, Headley already wearing that protective guard on the right foot, and he pounds a foul ball right off that instep.
Yep.
Had to leave the game, felt he couldn't run at full speed, would be a handicap for him defensively. And while he was in the starting lineup, the late scratch. Gonzalez, a .204 average. 1 home run and 18 runs batted in.
We're going to have to look at Lincecum with runners in scoring position. What does he throw? Well, I remember up in San Francisco, he will go to the split. He will go to the slider. He'll go to the breaking ball and try to spot that fastball. But everybody loves the fastball, especially with runners in scoring position. So he'll counter with the off-speed stuff.
2-1 now to Alberto. With Ryan Ludwig on deck.
Tried to go up the ladder on Gonzalez with the fastball.
Runs are precious. Only 4 of those in the last 5 games for San Diego. On the inside corner with a splitter. Gonzalez thought it was inside. Ooh, almost hit him. Fastball. So full count to Alberto Gonzalez.
Stewart set up away. This ball leaks up and in. And Gonzalez turning the proper way.
Foul back.
A little tentative on that swing there, huh? After getting buzzed. After buzzing the tower there, Lincecum trying to go down and away.
Going back to Dad teaching him this technique, most unusual. It's the tilt toward third with the shoulders, then the dangle of the arm and the ball. But the big thing is the stride. Takes the longest stride for his height of anyone in baseball. And that's outside, ball 4. The average pitcher, about 80% of his height in the stride. Well, for Lincecum, he goes 130%. His stride is 7 feet, and he's 5'11" in height. So just amazing how big a step he takes toward home plate.
Means when he releases the ball, like a lot of pitchers, that foot is off the rubber, and he is driving towards home plate, trying to get the maximum usage out of that body.
And he certainly has done all of that to win a couple of Cy Youngs. Here's Ludwig, the top run producer for the Padres. 2 on, 1 out. Over at the knees with a fastball, 92. Here's a look at that stride. Reaching out.
Throws a little bit across his body. Usually power pitchers will have a tendency to do that. Throw across their body.
Ground ball toward the hole weakly. Will they get to? Not. There's one. There's safe at first. Ludwig, and a good job by Gonzalez going into the second baseman Fontenot. So 2 outs, runners at first and third for the Padres. And here's the defense for the Giants. Brought to you by North County GMC, a Southern California tradition for over 20 years. Sandoval and Crawford on the left side, Fontenot and Huff at second and first. Ross, Torres, and Shiros. It's the same lineup as last night, except for Chris Stewart behind the plate. And Stewart has had trouble throwing out runners. In fact, the Padres ran freely against him up north. He was unable to throw out any of 8 men that tried to steal. Ludwig not a threat here. First and third for Orlando Hudson. And he takes a strike. Hudson, 307 in his career against the Giants. And he's 9 for 22 against Lincecum, a 409 batting average. Whoa, unbutton the shirt on that fastball at 95. He's got high velocity tonight.
He's not afraid. Righties, lefties alike. Throwing that fastball up and in.
.22 pitch inning with this one. And that brings us to the action pitch, 2-1. Tying run at third. Venable with 2 away. Ludwig over at first. Checks his swing. Did he go? Yes, on a splitter. Now wait a minute. Tim McCullum at third base, he actually goes out to his side with the swing sign. He doesn't give that hidden sign at first. Maybe.
He let everybody know on that check swing. You betcha. Tough to lay off when you commit to a split finger out of the hand of Tim Lincecum.
Foul back by Hudson.
Yeah, there was no delay on that call.
That's right. Not only no delay, but he actually let us know what his call was. He didn't try to hide it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on here in the first. Fouled out of the glove of catcher Stewart, and Hudson just alive. Dave Roberts over there at first base coaching. He and Lincecum have a connection. The first time Lincecum went out and really wrote a big check as a professional, he bought Roberts' Mercedes.
Nice.
Who just missed as he took something off that split finger. Lincecum thought he might have had a strike on that last pitch.
We talked about the split finger fastball, and there you see it out of the hand, and you see that rotation. Fastball arm speed, but the ball doesn't travel as quickly to home plate.
Struck him out. Split finger again. So the Padres, unfortunately, we've sung this song, first and third, unable to score. Giants on Sunday, a 1:05 start. And it's Military Appreciation Day. Military t-shirts for kids presented by Northrop Grumman. First 8,000 of you 14 and younger will receive a free Padres military t-shirt. Get your tickets now at Padres.com. And the Padres go out on the road. 3 games in Florida against the Marlins and then up to Philadelphia for 4. So 1-0 Giants. Cody Ross, Brandon Crawford, and Chris Stewart to bat in the second inning. Ross hitting .270. Lines that one into the corner, but it's hooking foul.
Oh, by the way, I know last night's 12th inning was really difficult for Padre fans. So I went straight to the source, Luke Gregerson. And you know what Luke said? Just couldn't find the release point.
That ball hit deep to left field. Ludwig looks up, and that ball is gone. Number 7, Cody Ross. Giants 2, Padres nothing. Nothing superstitious about Ross wearing number 13. Many regard 7 as a lucky number. That's his 7th home run.
Well, mentioned last night that Luke Gregerson couldn't find the release point. Dustin Mosley having a little difficulty. It looked like a changeup that was left up in the zone, and that's where you get hurt. Ross put a good swing on it. Dustin's going to have to make an adjustment, start to concentrate on working down in the zone.
That ball landing in the second terrace above the 357 sign. This is Brandon Crawford, the young shortstop. Ground ball to the right of Hudson. Fires to first in time. Big stretch by Anthony Rizzo to shorten the throw. Brings up catcher Chris Stewart.
Going to his right, going to his left. Yeah, Orlando Hudson, the veteran second baseman, has won some gold gloves, and he shows that he can throw with accuracy, even jumping in the air. That is some kind of nice. And a nice stretch by Rizzo over at first base. Nice job, young man.
Chris Stewart has had only 58 at bats with 10 hits. In with a fastball. Lincecum to follow. Another fastball for a strike. Mosley jumps in front, 0-2. Mosley in his last 5 games as a starter. Padres are 0-5, and yet his ERA 3.72 on the season, and earned run average of 3.21.
He's giving him a chance, right? Trying to keep him close.
But he's given up a couple of quick runs tonight. Warmer night, ball carrying early. Did not go. 1-2. .55-foot bouncer.
Well, I know the quality starters thrown around quite a bit. 6 innings, 3 runs or less. Dustin has 9 of them this year. Harang 12, Stauffer 14. The bottom line is these pitchers are doing a good job of keeping their team in the game. Just a matter of scoring those 2 or 3 runs, hopefully.
Misses outside. And a full count now to the catcher. A 172 hitter. Can't say enough about Harang. Pulled foul.
Well, he had Stewart 0-2. Now the Giant catcher's worked it full.
nub foul. A lot of English on that ball. The Padres have 5 starting pitchers who are in the top 40 in ERA in the National League.
I believe it.
Mosley being one of them. No, it's a solid staff. Clayton Richards still on the DL. There with Joe Thatcher also on the DL. Same play, a cue shot foul.
You know, every time I think of good pitching teams with lack of offense, I think of the '88 Dodgers. You know, they had a team ERA of like 2.8, and they couldn't hit their way. You know, they came up eventually with good timely hitting to eventually win the World Series over the heavily favored A's.
Line drive left field. Ludwig retreats and makes the catch. 10-pitch at bat for Chris Stewart. Brings up the pitcher Tim Lincecum. Padres en Espanol, presented by the Ascot Shop, serving San Diego with fine men's fashion. For over 60 years, visit them in La Jolla or at AscotShop.com. They will take good care of you. Bill and Andy White, Dave Searle, and John Hennessy. You go in there and they'll show you the best of merchandise. Lincecum, just a couple of hits in 33 at-bats this year.
They make you feel at home at the Ascot Shop, don't they?
They do. There's no pressure. Line drive, that's going to flop into left field. Just dumps a single. Soft liner for only his 3rd hit of the year. You're swinging, you're dangerous. Brings up Andres Torres.
And a ball that's elevated. We talked about pitchers who don't throw that hard. You have to really concentrate to keep the ball down. Even if the pitcher's up there as a left-handed hitter, Lincecum is just able to extend that bat about belt buckle high and service that thing on the left center, or into the left field line rather. If it's down, it's probably a little weak grounder to Gonzalez.
Torres rifle a single through the box into center field his first time. Breaking ball. 1-0. Now Lincecum, if he were a football player and he took off and you wanted to tackle him by the hair, that'd be legal, you know.
That is legal.
Yeah, so if Rizzo would grab him by the hair and pull him back. 2-0.
I think we'd see a bench clearing if that happened.
It'd be a handful. He's a delightful guy, too.
Yes, he is. Good kid.
3-0 to Torres. Already in the inning, the leadoff home run by Cody Ross. A bloop single by Lincecum with 2 outs. Giants already up 2-0. There's a strike with a fastball. Torres went 1 for 6 last night. A couple of lineouts. Down the left field line, slicing in the corner, and foul. Pretty good distance. A fan with a seat way out of the area in the left field corner. And he says, you never know. They might hit one right to me.
And that's why you bring your glove to the ball yard. Bring that Wilson A2000 to the yard.
3-2 now with 2 outs. Lincecum takes off and swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a curveball. Second strikeout for Mosley. Giants add another run on a couple of hits. A man left. Coming up, Maben, Rizzo, and Phillips for San Diego. Bailey Ringling train outside of Petco. Fans come out here tomorrow night against the Giants. Of course, a 5:35 Saturday start. All fans show their Padres pride. You'll get those rally pom-poms. Go to Padres.com tonight for your Padres tickets. If you were in the circus, well, I don't even
ringleader.
have to.
I want to be the ringleader. I want to be the man in the top hat.
Can I be the clown?
Well, you know what? I'll be the clown. You're the ringleader. That's a no-brainer. I'm the clown.
I want to be the lion tamer.
That's serious responsibility.
Cameron Maben, 262 his average. Then Rizzo and Phillips. Padres down early, 2-0. Ground ball deep to short. Crawford's got to hurry, and he can't get him. Boy, Maben, that last, as we mentioned last night, once he gets into that alley, the last 45 feet, it just seems like he's double speed.
Well, Crawford fielded that ball cleanly. Looks like on the transfer, a little bit of juggling going on since we're talking about circuses. Little juggling act going on there. Can't find the handle.
And so they're going to call that an error.
Let's see him turn it on, Dick. Oh, you're right. It kind of looks like he turns on the afterburners there.
Well, leadoff man on as Crawford charged with the first error of the game. And Anthony Rizzo with Kyle Phillips on deck. Rizzo learning on the job, and it's been a tough test for him. Soft liner, caught, double play. Diving catch by Fontenot on a sinking liner, and he caught Maben well off first base for the double play. That's how it's going.
Down and in, and the secondary lead for Maben. He's off, and you know what? That's just human reaction. I know you're taught by the coaches, spring training, each and every night, even when you're on base. Don't get caught on the line drive. Let the line drive go through. Ooh, some serious dirt on the forearm of Fontenot, but natural reaction is you see that ball struck, and you're off.
Kyle Phillips at 210 steps in.
Tough break. Because Anthony, you know, he didn't really scald that ball, but he put a good swing on it.
33rd pitch from Lincecum, and it's 1-1.
Speaking of circuses, was it Greg Nettles that said, as a kid, I've always wanted to be a big league ball player and be in the circus? And with the New York Yankees, I did both.
That's so true, huh? The Bronx Zoo.
Yeah.
Change up, and Phillips way out in front of the split.
Well, that's a good pitch. You got to sell it. You got to sell it with the arm speed. And there's the grip again, the split finger grip, way out in front.
That's such a good pitch. It's almost a wonder they don't throw it on every other time.
Yep.
No one hits it.
I encourage young kids, if they want to pitch, fastball changeup.
Chop toward third, and that's a foul ball.
Locate the fastball and learn to change up. Hey, Josh Spence told me last road trip, we had a little discussion regarding pitching. He doesn't throw that hard, but he hits his spots. He said when he would throw bullpens with his dad in the backyard, his dad said, you know what, I don't care how hard you throw, but I want you to hit the glove each and every time.
Became a game. Every pitch a game.
Right.
Can you hit the glove?
Yep.
I don't want to move the glove.
Here's the old left-hander.
Lifted to left field shallow, and in comes Ross. Easy play, and the Padres are gone in the second. No runs, no hits, an error. No one left. After 2 at Petco, the Giants with a 2-0 lead. Fans, 2 really is better than 1, and you can get 2 tickets for the price of 1 in the right field upper reserve section at every Tuesday night home game. 2 for 1 Tuesdays, presented by Coca-Cola. 2 tickets normally priced at $13.50 each for $6.75 a ticket. Get your tickets online at Padres.com/2 for 1, and our next Tuesday night game against the Arizona Diamondbacks on the 26th. Mike Fontenot, then Pablo Sandoval and Nate Shearholtz for the Giants in the 3rd, leading 2-0. First pitch strike from Dustin Mosley. Foul back. And the Padres and Cox Communications with a pregame ceremony before the game tonight. We'll tell you all about that. Big right-hander, the senior vice president and GM of Cox California, was on the mound for the first pitch. Roll to Mosley, a good fielding pitcher. He'll take it right on to first base, pitcher unassisted. Dave Bialis, the senior VP and GM, Cox California, with the eephus ball.
He was nervous about it too. He was asking me, what should I do? I said, just aim for that big old head of the Friar.
Yeah, what's really important, Cox Communications presented $120,000 in scholarships and school grants to the Cox Kids Foundation on-field ceremony. Since 1999, over $1 million from the Cox Kids Foundation to graduating high school seniors and adults. And this year, 13 high school students and 4 adults continuing as Sandoval follows it back. Their educational goals received a total of $61,500 tonight, and what a great contribution by our company.
Dick, I'm telling you what, they match what the employees put in. It's taken out of their payroll to put in the foundation to help these adults and young kids go on to a better career in school. And you should see the looks on the faces of these families when, like, for instance, one of the dads there today, he's going to go on to college, right, as an adult. His little, like, 6-year-old son said, "Yay, Dad." It was great.
That's true.
Just a great event.
1-1 to Sandoval, looking for a base hit to extend his streak to 23 straight games. A significant run for Pablo. Ground ball sharply to Hudson. No hit in this at bat. That's 2 away. Nate Shearholtz fly to left in the first inning. There's a 2-seamer, comes over the inside corner. One and one. Tomorrow, 5 o'clock, our TV time for the Honda Dealers pregame show. Corey Lupke against Barry Zito, young left-hander against the veteran southpaw. Pulled foul. Then Sunday at 1, Latos and Matt Cain, who is the leading winner on the staff for the Giants, has 8 wins on Military T-shirt Sunday. Crowd continues to file into Petco Park. This is a near sellout. Off the fist, big bounder to Hudson, and Mosley has an easy 1-2-3 third inning. Padres coming up. It'll be Mosley, Venable, and Bartlett. They need 2 to tie. premier dental implant center. By Hughes Marino, because where you do business matters. And by Cox High-Speed Internet. Power all your devices with the fastest internet in San Diego. Beautiful shot from Coronado Island. Into Petco Park, where Tim Lincecum, with a 2-0 lead, faces the opposing pitcher Dustin Mosley. And the count goes 0-2. Mosley has 3 hits in 24 at-bats. Chops that one high toward the mound. Lincecum with a quick throw, and Mosley is out.
He could turn to double play, it looks like. Did you see that? Lincecum camping underneath that one and then making the catch down by the belt buckle and turning it as if he were a shortstop.
Well, he's a terrific, talented athlete.
Yes, he is.
I mean, they say that he can do a handstand and walk around the room on his hands.
I believe it.
Does a standing backflip. You're the only other guy I know that can do that standing backflip.
And I do that quite well.
Oh,
I could see this guy on like the parallel bars, the rings.
It's like that. While I was gone, the
Cirque du Soleil.
Throughout the opening pitch, what do you do? Like a 3.5 somersault with 2 twists, and then fired a strike to the plate. You can do that.
I think that's what Lincecum does in the offseason.
He just goes over to Vegas.
Yeah.
Huh? Cirque du Soleil.
It's a nice little gig.
Need a lot of nice people over there. Driven down the left field side, slicing back, and it'll be into the crowd. A lot of fans over in Las Vegas that carry our Channel 4 telecast. Venable has the Padres' only hit, a sharp single to right field to lead off the first inning. Two strikes, the count. Again, hit on the count. Lincecum not afraid to come up and in. Back that hitter away. Two and two.
And sometimes Lincecum will work underneath the baseball. You see how disgusted he is after that pitch. He wants to put him away, but that one got away from him. You know, we talked about his mechanics. Sometimes he will rush it a little bit. Sometimes he'll work underneath it, and he just lets it fly.
Struck him out. That looked like another splitter. Second strikeout for the right-hander.
And that's when the split finger is really nasty. Starts at the knees, ends at the shoe tops.
Jason Bartlett grounded to short his first at bat. Well, there's good news on the Operation Smile, and we'll tell you about that. There's a strike. Mike and Shelley Adams organized the affair here at Petco Park, raising money to provide free surgeries for cleft lip, cleft palate, facial deformities in children. Parents can't afford that. You know, live through your life with, you know, that deformity, and it can be corrected early in life.
Yep.
And they came up with a terrific scheme. Count goes 2-1. Bag baseball autographed inside but sealed, so you don't know whose autograph it is. So it's some Padres, some visiting team, some really famous ball players. And last night and tonight, fans paid $40. They sold over 250. They're all sold out. They thought it'd go through tomorrow. So, folks, I'm sorry, they're gone as of now. They've raised $10,000 just like that. Wow. Swung on and missed. Ball in the dirt, and Lincecum has the strikeout ball going. Gets both Venable and Bartlett in a 3-up, 3-down third for San Diego. Trivia question is always brought to you by AT&T Wireless. In 1939, a spitting incident caused a change to every ballpark in baseball. What was that change? What happened after that spitting incident? And it has nothing to do with spittoons. I'll give you a hint. All right. The answer, bottom half of the inning. Top of the fourth inning, and the Giants with a 2-0 lead. Aubrey Huff, Cody Ross, and Brandon Crawford to bat. Misses inside and low. 1-1. Huff struck out his first time.
Dustin needs a quick inning. A lot of pitches early.
Another bouncer to Hudson at second. Easy flip for the out. That's 3 in a row retired by Orlando Hudson at second base. We were talking about that Cirque du Soleil and one of the stars of Ka. Look at this ceremonial pitch. Here's the stretch, the wind up, and oh my! And he throws a strike.
Yes.
Now that is some talent.
That is remarkable. And if you've never seen a show, Cirque du Soleil, I remember seeing one of the first ones. Phenomenal.
He had to throw 2 because they called a balk on the first one. I've seen a couple, 3 of the Cirque du Soleil shows. And
was it
about the
one
Beatles?
Of them? Was one of them?
Yeah. Cody Ross homered last time. And Mosley jumps in front, 2 strikes.
Remember the home run that Cody Ross hit earlier in the second inning? It looked like it was a high changeup.
Those get hit a long way.
Especially if you elevate them and they're on the inner half. Let's see if Mosley tries to go down and away here. Oh, he's going in.
And just misses 1-2. Tried to bring that slider over the inside corner.
Yep.
Well, the Giants, needless to say, when they score first, enjoy victory, 34-16. As is the case with the Padres when they hit the scoreboard first. We saw a shot of Lincecum on the bench. He's got 3 strikeouts so far. He's one of only 8 pitchers in modern baseball history going back to 1900 to strike out 1,000 batters in his first 5 seasons. Pretty interesting list. In the dirt. How about this group? Seaver, Blyleven, Gooden, Kerry Wood, Grover, Cleveland, Alexander, Hideo Nomo, and Mark Langston, the other 7.
Wow.
1,000 strikeouts first 5 seasons. Dave Righetti there, the pitching coach, with him. And the count now full on Cody Ross.
Actually, that's not Tim Lincecum. That's Opperman from Saturday Night Live. And if you've seen the skit, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Adam Sandler.
Breaking ball, strike 3. Ross tried to influence, but he knew that was a strike. Third, K for Mosley. Nice curveball.
That was a nose-to-toes curveball. Does it straighten him up? Oh, yes, it does. And he thinks it's a ball, but look where it's caught.
No, that was just a hopeful walk. Thinking, yeah, he knew.
Trying to sell it as if it were a ball. Nice pitch.
So 6 in a row, retired now by Mosley since the looping single by Lincecum. Crawford grounded to second his first time. One of 4 putouts made by Orlando Hudson. 2-0. Changeup. That's a strike.
Good two-seamer, good run on it. Dustin needs to find that release point and throw that consistently for a strike if he wants to take it deeper into the ball game, because the pitch count is starting to creep up there. 72nd pitch coming your way right here.
3-1. Well, Colorado in the 9th leading Milwaukee 4-0, and the Dodgers lead Arizona 4-0. Play in the 6th down in Phoenix. Back to the mound. Mosley with a comebacker and a 1-2-3 inning. That's 2 in a row for him. Middle of the 4th here at Petco Park. Giants with a 2-0 advantage. With the rally towels being waved, here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and play underway as Lincecum starts Alberto Gonzalez with a pitch just out of the zone. 1-0. Gonzalez walked his first time, the only free ticket allowed by Lincecum. It's over but low. 2-0. Lincecum here in the 4th inning already with 62 pitches. I mean, the 5s and the 6s very much alike. 52 pitches out on the scoreboard. I know there are plans to add a new scoreboard, new graphics. I think we'll both chip in on that, huh?
I tell you what, it does add to the baseball experience coming to the ball yard. Houston's got a brand new one. The Atlanta Braves has had one for the last few years. San Francisco has a dynamite one. Arizona, nice call. HD.
I mean, this is fine. It's just that I think that after seeing the other high definition scoreboards around the league, that you realize how nice that is. In the dirt, and the count goes full to Gonzalez. Get on there with a walk. Slider missing there.
One of the few sliders we've seen from Lincecum, the short, tight breaking ball at 81. His strikeout pitch is that split finger. He's got him set up for a heater, though, here.
That one slicing down the right field side and out of play. Count remains full to Gonzalez, leading off the Padre 4th. Giants with a run in the 1st inning, singles by Torres and Fontenot, 1st and 3rd, and Sandoval sacrifice fly got it in. Check swing on that defensive effort by Gonzalez, and he stays alive on a splitter. And then Cody Ross, his 7th home run, leading off the 2nd inning, giving the Giants their 2-0 lead.
Fastball away.
And for the 2nd time, Gonzalez, a late entry in the Padre lineup tonight for the injured Chase Utley, has a couple of walks. It's time now for our AT&T Wireless Trivia answer. 1939, a spitting incident between Billy Jurges of the Giants and George Macherkirth, the umpire, on a home run call changed every ballpark in baseball. What was the change? Ford Frick, the National League manager, said, I want a 2-foot screen on every foul pole.
Wow, I did not know that.
That's how it all began. There's our tailor-made foul pole in right field. Ludwig takes a strike. Jurgis didn't like the fact that they called it a foul ball, and Major Kurth insisted it wasn't a home run. They started spitting at each other. Ford Frick didn't like it. That was the resolution. Now it's a little more than 2 feet. That screen that gives the umpires a better look. Ludwig off speed, 0-2. A slider.
You know, I've said all along, why is it called a foul pole if in fact the ball hits it, it's fair?
Well, and some would like to call it a fair pull, but that isn't how it all started.
Right.
So just like some want to call it RBI,
right?
Not RBIs. And technically, it is runs batted in.
Right.
Then it should be RSBI.
That's right.
Hanging on to tradition, fans.
It's part of baseball. It's part of sports, huh?
1-2. Check swing and 2-2. Ludwig laying off that pitch inside. A split finger. Be a nice spot for his 12th home run of the year. Tie this game up. But he chases a ball in the dirt. And wandering is Gonzalez, and he gets back just in time. Barely able to get that left hand on the bag as he was 20 feet off the bag as Ludwig strikes out. 4th for Lincecum.
I'm wondering if Gonzalez kind of spun his tires going back to first base. The split finger in the dirt. Oh, he actually thought the ball may have gotten away from Stewart. And on the swipe tag, Huff, according to Brian Runge, he did not make the tag. Huff tried to sell it, though. Did you see that? The swipe and then the show of the glove.
Good call by Runge. No argument from Huff. So 1 out. Orlando Hudson, he struck out the first time in the dirt, and there goes Gonzalez, and he'll make it standing. The second wild pitch of the game by Lincecum.
Well, when you have a guy who throws a curveball 12-6 and you have the pitcher who throws a split finger and you want to try to keep it down, you will have your share of wild pitches. And once again, good recognition by Gonzalez. Seeing daylight between catcher and baseball and taking the 90 feet.
Hudson, there's another one. Will this be a wild pitch or a pass ball?
I think it's going to be a wild pitch. That looked like it was a breaking ball in the dirt.
If so, it's the 3rd of the game and the 9th of the season. It is a wild pitch. That moves Lincecum into 2nd place in the National League in wild pitches with 9. Kuroda, the Dodgers, with 11. Well, Padres, now here's the situation. Just a ground ball gets an out. They're giving up the run to play back. And a foul ball at the plate, 2-1. So a walk and a couple of wild pitches. Generosity on the wildness of Lincecum presents an opportunity for the Padres to get on the board here with 1 out. 2-1 the count to Hudson. Now Huff is moving in just a step behind the bag at first, so he might come to the plate if a ball's hit to him. Inside, 3-1. 90 feet away, Gonzalez. Shortstop and second baseman deep. They concede the run. Huff on a sharply hit ball come to the plate. That ball gets away as Hudson can't find the off-speed pitch. Full count.
You almost have to think off speed here, right? Splitting.
There it is. Bounce to second. That'll get the run in. Well, the Padres on the board. 2-1 as Gonzalez scores. A gift run presented by the Giants. Lincecum without the aid of a base hit.
And I stand corrected. Lincecum challenged it with the fastball. Orlando Hudson does a good job of playing a little pepper. And the Padres are on the board.
Hudson's 15th RBI. Cameron Maben, the batter. He was safe on shortstop Crawford's error in the second inning, leading off. So the Padres, with that run, staying in touch here in the fourth inning. That one had some high velocity sound as it smacked into the glove of Chris Stewart at 93 miles an hour. And the off-speed curveball and barely clipped by Maben, who falls behind on the count 1-2. Line drive, right field. Sherholtz dives, can't get it. Maben turns and holds with a base hit. Padres had their second base hit off Lincecum. Going the other way. There's a reward to that.
Yep. We often hear the Hall of Famer Tony Gwynn saying, take what's given to you and try and do what you can with it. That one was up and away. You try pulling that ball, you're going to run into trouble. Cameron Maben gets enough top hand to where it's a liner, and that could have been trouble if it gets by him.
Oh, that could have been an inside the park homer.
Absolutely.
With Maben's speed. Anthony Rizzo hit the ball fairly hard. A sinking line drive that Fontenot made a diving catch and turned into a double play in the second inning.
A lot of pitches have been up. I mean, this is the time to where hopefully Anthony Rizzo, he put a good swing on one last time up. With the pitches being up from Lincecum, capitalize on one and possibly make a difference in this game early on here.
Runner goes, ball in the dirt, and in with a steal is Maben. Number 13 for Cameron. Looks like he jammed his hand a bit on that head first slide.
Big leg kick, slider in the dirt, and Maben slides in safely. And a King Stallman stolen base for Cameron Maben in scoring position.
Rizzo can tie it with a base hit. Got the rally towels going. Down low, 3-0 to Rizzo with Kyle Phillips on deck. Way outside, a 4-pitch walk.
Boy, Lincecum missing up, missing down. Up with the fastball, off speed stuff. We've seen the wild pitches, the split finger and the curveball in the dirt.
So Dave Righetti out to talk with his pitcher as Maben looking at that left hand and grimacing a bit.
Hey, remember was it last homestand? There was a time when Cameron Maben, or maybe it was on the road trip. I mean, they all run into one another, where Cameron Maben, he messed up his little pinky a little bit. Let's take a look. Left hand.
It wasn't hitting the bag. It was, I think, when he hit the ground on the head first slide. He didn't go into the bag that hard. So the Padres with 2 on, 2 out, a run in, and a wild inning for Tim Lincecum. A couple of walks and 2 wild pitches. Phillips takes a strike at the knees. He flying to left, his first at bat. Tying run carried by Maben. Plenty of speed out there at second base.
30th pitch this inning for Tim Lincecum coming right now.
Foul back. Jumps in front, 2 strikes on the Padre catcher. Line drive foul. Watch out. into that sea of orange down there. Giants fans around the San Francisco dugout on the third base side. So this will be the 82nd pitch of the game for the right-hander. And it blocked by Chris Stewart.
Well, I'd like to welcome some people from Caltrans taking in the ball game tonight. Oh, Giants fans, my bad. There they are.
In force. 1-2 to Phillips. 2 on, 2 out here in the fourth. And another foul.
Hanging tough.
In the inning, Gonzalez worked Lincecum for a leadoff walk and then was wild pitched to second and to third. After Ludwig struck out, Hudson's ground ball to second scored the run. Then Maben followed with a single, line to right, and a walk to Rizzo. And it's 1-2 on Phillips. High fly ball deep to center field. Torres going back, and makes the catch against the wall, slamming into the center field barrier. Torres takes extra bases and 2 runs away from the Padres with that catch. Just enough room in center field for Andres Torres.
Mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lampert Construction. Now is a great time to improve your home. Visit MurrayLampert.com to see their work, get remodeling tips, meet the team, or even schedule a consultation. Get on the web, MurrayLampert.com. Dick?
All right, Mark. Padre fans pleased that there's a run on the board and almost a couple more, but Torres, just as he did in San Francisco, making the catch on the dead sprint going away from home plate. And held on to the ball, slamming into the barrier. A 390-foot drive for an out by Phillips.
He put a good swing on it. Sounded like that off that sweet spot, just didn't get enough of it.
Chris Stewart leads off the 5th inning for San Francisco. Still in front 2-1. Takes a strike. He lined to left field the first time. Lincecum and then the top of the order Torres here in the 5th. Ground ball fair inside the bag at third and down into the corner. And Stewart, a 172 hitter, as a leadoff double.
A breaking ball in the zone, speeding up the bat of Stewart. And you can see Kyle Phillips. Kyle was down and away. There was an 0-1 curveball. That's the time that he didn't want to throw it for a strike. Pitches like that, I believe, you know, for a look-see curveball first pitch of the at-bat, maybe the second time around. But Dustin wanted that one down and away. He missed with location and left it way in the zone.
And that gives the Giants a chance to have Lincecum move him along. He has 6 sacrifice bunts this year. Looped a single to left field his first at bat. Giants trying to get that run right back that the Padres managed in the last of the 4th. Fouled at the plate. 1-1 to Lincecum. Ryan Vogelsong, who made it to the All-Star game, a great story. Played in Japan. Basically thought his major league career days were over. Has come back. He had a good spring, and he's had a terrific season for these Giants.
Well, after that last pitch, Bud Black, boy, he's it looked like he, and this is just looking at the body language of Buddy. He was giving somebody an earful. Maybe it was a pep talk. Maybe it was lighting a fire under somebody, but he immediately beelined it right out to the mound after that last pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike to Lincecum.
See if they put something on maybe the pitch after this one.
Out in front of the plate, and it's a good bunt by Lincecum. The putout made 1-4. He does his job. Moves Stewart to third with 1 out, and that gives Torres and Fontenot a chance to grab the run right back.
Sometimes a coach will go out there, and if the pitch is fouled or maybe it's a ball on the next pitch, they would sometimes put on a pickoff play at second base, but Lincecum gets the job done, moving him up 90 feet to third base.
Torres singled and scored in the first and struck out his last time. Infield in. Changeup up around the neck of Torres. Ball 1. Well, good to see this beautiful ballpark with so many fans. You look all around the park out to Western Metal Supply out in the park, and the park just jammed tonight. Fouled at the plate. And another big crowd expected tomorrow night. Hope you're going to be here. 5:30 start, 5 o'clock for our Honda Dealers pregame show to see Corey Lupke and Barry Zito. Even way up in that upper tier, Western Metal Supply Company packed. Two balls and a strike to Torres. Infield tight. Gonzalez, Bartlett, Hudson, and Rizzo trying to cut off the run at home. Line drive, base hit. That'll get the job done. Walking in is Stewart. It's 3-1. Well, that's like the old tennis game. You break serve and then you turn right around, you lose your serve and no advantage. So you get a run, they take it right back. 3-1 San Francisco as Torres has his 15th RBI of the year.
Well, Dustin is just having difficulty getting his pitches down on contact. That's above the knees on Torres, right about the knees or a little bit above. But the slow breaking ball into the left-handed hitter from a right-handed pitcher. He gets a good look at it and put a good swing on it.
So the leadoff double by a 172 hitter who had only 10 hits all year. Sacrifice, and then a bullet single by Torres over the drawn-in infield. His second hit of the game. And he bears watching because he leads his team in steals. Well, we talked about the 3-run barrier. The good things that happen when you score 3 and how tough it is to win without 3. The pitch out, but no go by Torres. The Giants, when they score 3 runs, are 45-12. They don't need much with that pitching staff. Fontenot single to left and grounded out to pitcher Mosley, who just was led to first base and made the tag of the bag himself. Well, if Torres is going to steal, this would be a good pitch.
Fastball away, possibly.
He goes. Swung on and missed. Throw by Phillips, way offline, and backed up by Hudson. And Torres unable to get to third. 11 steals now for Torres.
And it was a fastball away, giving Kyle Phillips a good chance. He just got under it a little bit, and that ball had a tendency to sail towards Orlando Hudson's side of the bag. And roll over the signs again for Dustin Mosley with the runner at second base.
Just one out. 2-1 to Fontenot with Sandoval on deck. Off speed out in front on a curveball. It's amazing the Giants in first place, and they lead by 3.5 coming in. In all their home games, half a season's 40 games or more, they've never scored more than 6 runs at home in any game, and yet they keep winning and winning and winning. They don't need a lot. They've got a 2-run advantage and a runner in scoring position, and Fontenot drives it to center, charged by Maben, and Torres will have to hold. Rizzo late coming over for the cutoff, but no advance by Fontenot. First and third with 1 out. Fontenot with a couple of hits, and the Giants now with 7 in the game off Dustin Mosley.
Well, is the pitch up? It's a curveball that's away, but once again up a little bit. Maben plays that one perfectly, charging it nicely, sends it right back towards home plate. Double play still in order.
Pablo Sandoval, sacrifice fly to left and grounded to second. Again, Sandoval with a 22-game hitting streak.
He has grounded into 6 twin killings this year.
The 22-game hitting streak, by the way, is the longest since Willie McCovey in 1959. 22 in a row. And Alvin Dark back in 1952, 22 straight games. Out of play. As the second longest, the longest ever, Jack Clark in 1978, 26 straight games.
Oh, I bet you the Ripper was just wearing out right center field at Candlestick.
Well, Sandoval trying to move past some greats with a base hit tonight. First and third, 1 out. Off speed, and the count goes 2-1. A slow curveball. Two-one pitch. Can't find it. Well, our leaderboard is brought to you by Los Primos, home of the Monster Burrito. Get your $5 meal deal for a limited time only. The longest active hit streaks. Ryan Braun, Milwaukee, 23. Sandoval, Bonifacio. We'll see him down in Florida next week. Pedroia and Cabrera. You get over 20, you've had yourself a little fun. 2-2. A tough out. Sandoval's season average at .305 with 8 home runs.
I can hear Roberto Kelly all the way up here in the booth. First base coach for Bruce Bochy.
Back. He saw what was in the mind of Mosley. Kelly coaching at first. Outstanding base runner in his day. Tim Flannery at third. There goes the runner, and the throw through, and they're going to pick off a run here. Double steal. Phillips throws through, and that's a gift run. 4-1 San Francisco. Boy, you don't see that very often. And that was perfectly executed by the Giants.
Good throw from Kyle Phillips. And I was wondering, as we take a look at Torres scoring, did that ball come out of the glove?
I thought it did, but they ruled the runner out, and now Sandoval walks. So Torres with a RBI single, steals second, goes to third on Fondo's single, and then on the double steal comes home for the 4th run of the game, second in the inning. Nate Sherholtz 0 for 2, flying to left, grounded to second. Grounded up the middle. Bartlett with a stab and a quick throw just in time. Sherholtz, for a big man, moves very well. Giants scored 2 on 3 hits, leave 1. Halfway mark, 4-1 San Francisco.
Casino, if a grand slam is hit this inning, folks, you can win $40,500. You heard me right, $40,500, but you have to enter at 4sd.com.
Now, this is the 94th game. I was just thinking now, I hope somebody wins it, but
sure.
Let's just say, just say that at the end of the year, it doesn't happen. Now, will Harris Rincon, Tom Satursky and Ned Barnes and Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, we could have a kind of a nicer postseason party.
That wouldn't be bad.
Maybe they'll give it to us. 4-1 San Francisco. The Giants giving it to the Padres here on this Friday night. Mosley batting for himself. 1-1. Then it's the top of the order, Venable and Bartlett. The only good thing so far about Lincecum, he's had to throw a lot of pitches. That's his 87th.
Well, Dick, I got the answer to your question because Ed Barnes, our producer, the math whiz, San Diego State University degree working for him tonight. If it goes all year, the last day of the season, the jackpot will be $69,500. And
so he'd refuse his share? Is that what you're going to say?
He's nice enough to just pass it along our way.
So it'll just be Satursky, yourself, and me, and we'll just, okay. Thank you. Well, we might go over to Harris and play a little game over there and double our money, too. Sure. 2-2 outside, and Mosley batting for himself here in the 5th inning has worked the count full. Weak wave and a miss. That's strikeout number 5 as we check our comparison. Brought to you by the San Diego Toyota dealers. We've got what it takes. Well, in his first 2 years, 8 starts, 3-1, ERA under 1. And since then, 7 starts, just average against the Padres, 3-3, and fairly high ERA. Giving up a run tonight, and there was a given run, a walk, a couple of wild pitches, and a ground out. Venable out in front of the plate. Stewart records the out. 2-3.
You know, look at those numbers for Tim Lincecum, and we remember when he was first up in the big leagues, his velocity was much harder, right? Now he can still, you know, 93, 94 at times. And I think through time, with that off-speed pitch, the split finger, and the curveball, Tim Lincecum is growing into a productive pitcher, not just a thrower.
You know, I'd have a better idea about the money. I hate to talk about money, you know.
That's okay.
But I think the woman who runs the show up here in our booth, Sheila Simpson, and Jack Trustwell, our statistician, we'll give it to them.
Okay.
Okay. If they give it to us, you're going to get all that money. Boy, are they smiling, huh? Bartlett grounded to short and struck out. 1-1. 4 runs, 7 hits for the Giants, including Cody Ross's solo home run. 1 run, 2 hits for the Padres. Soft looper to second base, 1 hop to Fontenot, and it's a 1-2-3 affair for the Padres in the 5th inning. On to the 6th we go, with the Giants and Lincecum leading 4-1.
Hey, Padre fans, get a Padres Flex 10 pack and save up to 20%. You can pick any combination of tickets, use them at one game or across multiple games. It's your choice. Flex 10 pack tickets start as low as $11. You can save up to 20% and are available in 4 great seating sections. Get your Flex 10 pack today by calling 619-795-5008. Dick?
All right, Mark Grant. Another big crowd expected tomorrow night and again on Sunday. Giants and the Padres, and Mosley working on Aubrey Huff. Jumps in front, 2 strikes on the first baseman, who was struck out and grounded to second. That didn't miss by much. Huff, Ross, and Crawford for San Francisco here in the 6th inning. We hope to see Chris Denorfia get a chance to play tonight on his birthday. He's 31. Happy birthday to the Padre outfielder.
Absolutely. Look at that. You can't get a bat out of his hands. He wants to hit.
Another ground ball. Huff to second baseman Hudson. 1 away. Cody Ross steps up.
Remember, a lot of hitters remember playing, sitting in the dugout, always had a bat in their hands. Rob Deere comes to mind. Robbie and I would have a little fun on the bench, talk baseball, and we would always have that bat in his hands. And look at Dave Roberts. He's checking the wood right there. And
I think he listened to see if there's any hits in that one.
Yeah.
The veterans can tell.
Hey, it's great to sit down and talk with hitters. What type of wood they like. Ash, maple. No, this one doesn't have a good feel to it. No, this one doesn't have the great grain. It's starting to chip right there, Doc. See that? And that's what I don't like.
That's where you got to bone that back.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
Old ox bone and rub that hard in the wood.
Guys will use sinks as well with the porcelain.
You're right.
You'll see guys go in the bathroom and smooth down that barrel of the bat.
1-1 to Ross.
Got to take care of the wood now.
I was shot the other day up in the Dodger Stadium, and Tony Gwynn said he swung a 30.5-ounce bat.
Yep.
Toothpick.
Yep.
Line deep to left, and Ross sends that one foul. That had home run length. That's what he did leading off in the second inning. Hit a ball just like that foul, and then followed up by planting one in the second tier terrace.
So what do you have to stay away from Ross, right? You got soft stuff, middle in and up. He'll turn on that.
Fastball upstairs, 3-2. 104 pitches now for Mosley. There's the home run by Ross back in the second.
Change up, middle in, leaked in, and he sent it down the left field line. Little slider. This guy's a scrapper. Cody Ross. He gives you good at-bats.
Solid average, 270 coming in. Now has 7 home runs. That was a hanger high in the air, foul territory, and just out of play into the camera well, adjacent to the dugout of the Giants. Kyle Phillips and Alberto Gonzalez converging on a chance at an out.
Well, Kyle Phillips hanging on to the mask and the helmet. Maybe he was.
Could catch it either in the glove or the helmet.
Oh, that would be illegal.
Oh, that's
true.
You
can't use part of your equipment.
Boy,
I mean,
you know
other than your glove.
Right.
In fact, you bring up a good point, because I remember a play at Dodger Stadium. Mike Piazza, pass ball goes back to the screen. You know what he did? He scooped the ball up with his mask to put in his glove. Base error, extra base for the runner. Cannot do that. That's a no-no.
3-2 to Ross, and another foul. Phillips going out to talk with Mosley. This has got to be Dustin's last inning, up to 108 pitches.
Well, this next pitch from Dustin will be the 10th to Cody Ross.
Ernesto Frieri apparently will be next up for the Padres. High pop-up. That's going to sail back into the crowd. Now this is what Ross can do. Waste a lot of pitches. Work the man on the mound over. He walks more than any Giant, and even though he was on the DL, he still has 29 walks, more than any other San Francisco player. And there's his 30th.
Well, he tried to locate the two-seamer in to try to jam him, and misses upstairs for the walk.
Second walk allowed by Mosley. Brings up Brandon Crawford, who's grounded out twice to second and to the mound. Third ball for a strike. Yeah, the Padres knew that it'd be a good idea to try to get something off Lincecum, the starter, because the recent experiences with the Giants bullpen have been very unfriendly. Going back to that 14-inning game in San Francisco won by the Giants 6-5. Ground ball right side. Hudson has the range to make the out. Moving into scoring position, Ross. Hudson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 assists today.
And I think that was a good play by Anthony Rizzo. The non-play, he realized where Orlando Hudson was playing at second base. He initially went towards the ball, but then realized, no, you know what, I got to get to the bag. Let's take a look. Ball hit, 1, 2. You know what, I'm going to let Orlando get it. Retreats back to the bag, and the 4-3 put out.
Follow up on the point on the bullpen. Going back to that extra inning game in San Francisco, the relief corps for Bruce Bochy has gone 19 innings. Allowed 6 hits. The only run was that meaningless run in the 12th inning last night. There's Brian Wilson, who picked up the save. 27th of the season for the bearded one. Quite a fashion statement too at the ESPY Awards, Brian Wilson. Stewart, who doubled his last time, takes a strike. 1-1.
He had the bodysuit tuxedo. Is that what it was? It looked like Apollo Ono in a tuxedo.
He looked like junk in the whatever it was. 1-1 to Stewart. Ground ball sharply to short. Bartlett, the long throw is in time. And if you stay with us, I promise you we'll show you Brian Wilson in whatever you call it. We'll let Mark Grant handle it. Saturday, August 20th, country music galore. Padres and the Marlins at 5:35. Country star Dierks Bentley performing live on the field after the game. This special postgame concert free with a game ticket for the game at 5:35. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com/Dierks. Again, the date August 20th, Saturday night against the Marlins. Gonzalez, Ludwig, and Hudson for the Padres' last of the 6 against Lincecum. Gonzalez up twice, walked twice. 2 of the 3 free tickets allowed by Lincecum. Scored the only Padre run when he walked in the 4th, and then was sent to second and to third on consecutive wild pitches and came home on Hudson's ground out. And for whatever reason, Lincecum having trouble throwing him a strike.
The breaking balls are low. The fastballs are up. Last fastball he threw was 91.
But low.
There's another 91-mile-an-hour fastball. Oh, did you see Lincecum just kind of fish-eyed into the dugout there?
100th pitch coming up. And it's just on the inside edge. Full count. Gonzalez waits. Again, he's in there. Headley, the word is he strained a calf in the warm-up. Looper to left. Out goes Crawford, and he can't quite get there. Soft single. Gonzalez leading off the sixth. Only the third Padre hit of the night. Well, as promised, Brian Wilson shows up at the ESPY Awards. And I don't know where you buy an outfit like this. And I don't know what you call it.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You give him a monocle and a top hat, and that's Mr. Peanut from Planters. He's working the cane. He's got the bodysuit on, tuxedo. That's a fashion statement.
Which edge of the continuum is it a statement? High end or low end? Haute couture or... He and Heath Bell, you put those two together, you've got a comedy act. Brian Ludwig.
I'll tell you what, Brian Wilson, those commercials that he does for the video games, that's funny stuff. He has fun doing that.
He keeps that bullpen loose as Heath Bell does for the Padres. 1-1 to Ludwig.
We need Ryan Ludwig to run into one here.
Get back into the game. 4-1 Giants here in the last of the sixth.
Next pitch will be 104 for Tim Lincecum. Get an elevated pitch and do some damage with it.
Slider, well placed. Ludwig safe on a fielder's choice in the first, struck out in the fourth. Reaches out and sends a soft fly ball to right field. Shearholtz gloves it for the first out.
Looked like a slider down and away, and Ryan's front side really opening up, kind of reaching for that pitch down and away. Hence the easy fly ball to right field.
So Ludwig in a bit of a slump. 0 for the last 11. Hudson struck out and grounded to second, knocked in a run with that ground ball as Gonzalez was at third at the time with one out.
Orlando Hudson did something to his right wrist on that last swing. And every time, and once again, I'm just not speculating anything here, but every time I see a guy take a swing like that and do that with his wrist, I think of Hook of Hamate.
Todd Hutchinson, the head trainer, is going to go out and see.
His hand actually came off the bat.
Looks as if he's saying, I'm all right, leave me in.
I remember Wiki Gonzalez doing that. Everett Cabrera, both hands. Hook of Hamate.
Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn.
Anthony Gwynn.
Yep.
One out. Gonzalez with a base hit at first, and now the count 2 strikes on Hudson.
They put a good swing on that pitch.
Cameron Maben on deck. 3 singles for the Padres. Venable, Gonzalez, and Maben off Lincecum, who enjoys a 4-1 lead here in the 6th inning. Strike 3 called. Number 6 for Lincecum.
This last pitch looks like it's got slider break to it. Had a little bit of cut action out of the hand. Yeah, that's a slider. You can see him working around that baseball, that little dot right on the inside corner for a called strike.
Maben safe on an error by the shortstop Crawford and singled on a line to right field his last time and stole his 13th base. Padres had a chance in that fourth inning after scoring with a Gonzalez walk, couple of wild pitches and a ground out, then a single by Maben, a walk to Rizzo. And then Phillips tied into one and drove it right to the 396 sign in center field. But Torres, sprinting back full speed, made the catch going away to deny San Diego. One and one to Maben as the pitch count reaches 110 for Lincecum.
Well, there was an outing against the Mets for Tim Lincecum at New York. He threw 127 pitches.
Good slider. 1-2 to the Padres center fielder. Struck him out. That's 7 for Lincecum, and the inning is over. 2 more strikeouts. No runs, a hit. Leadoff single. Gonzalez stranded at first. We've completed 6 at Petco. 4-1 Giants. And by Hughes Marino, because where you do business matters. With Mark Grant, Dick Enberg, pleased you're with us on our Friday night coverage. Near sellout crowd, if not a full sellout here at Petco Park for the Giants and the Padres. 4-1 as we go to the 7th inning, and the new pitcher for San Diego, Ernesto Frieri. His 41st outing. 1 win and 2 losses, and a .244 batting average against. Mosley went 6 innings, 4 runs, all earned, 7 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. That'll be all for Lincecum as well, as Aaron Rowan is batting for Lincecum. And he takes a strike. Rowan batting .241 on the year. A couple of home runs, as you can see. And he lines one softly, actually to left field. Ludwig can't get there. Bounces away from him, and Rowan into second base with a double. Off the bat, it looked like Rowan hit that harder, but it was apparently off the head of the bat and just didn't carry at all, and away from Ludwig's diving try.
Maybe a little bit too quick to the baseball for Aaron Rowan as he tries to fight off a pitch on the inside part of the plate. Good effort by Ludwig. Remember that ball, as an outfielder, that ball is always going to go towards the foul line. Right-hander, it's going to hook. Righty down the right field line, it's going to slice.
Second double for the Giants tonight, along with Cody Ross's home run. Brings up the leadoff man, Torres. He's 2 for 3, scored 2 runs, and drove in 1. Had trouble getting Torres out of San Diego at the end of the series. He just eats up Padre pitching. Doesn't seem to do well against many of the other teams. Hitting only .224 coming in tonight. Fouls that one away. Hit 2 line drives for outs last night and had a single. 2 for 3 tonight. One ball, 1 strike on the leadoff hitter Torres. Curveball too low. 2-1. Jonathan Sanchez, one of the top pitchers for the Giants the last couple of years, been on the DL with biceps tendonitis. He's going to start a rehab next week, so he'll be rejoining San Francisco, bolstering an already outstanding staff. That ball hit toward left center field, and Ludwig can't get there. It's all the way to the wall. Here comes Rowan to score, and the Giants lead 5-1. Back-to-back doubles by pinch hitter Rowan, and Torres now 3 for 4. Goodness, can he hit? Padre pitching. 2 RBIs tonight and 2 runs scored for Andres Torres.
Well, we talk about elevating the pitches. This ball is, if taken, that ball is off the plate. That probably would be called a ball. But Torres does a nice job taping it the opposite way. Got to keep that fastball down.
So Frieri greeted a bloop double and a line double for a run. Here's Fontenot, 2 for 3. Couple of singles. So a 5-1 lead, and that's very steep alpine mountain for the Padres, the way they're limited in scoring. Only 4 runs scored in the last 5 games. So a run tonight, 5 runs in nearly 6 games. Trying to make up a 4-run deficit, and Fontenot and the Giants in position to add with no one out, and Torres at second. Good live fastball at 92.
You know, in baseball, as the season winds down, we talk about magic numbers. We've talked about magic numbers for both teams. If they score an X amount of runs, this is what happens. Boy, when Lincecum gets support, he is lights out.
That's
when he gets at least 3 runs of support in 79 starts. 49-4.
Is that any good? Wow. It'll be 50-4 if they hold on to the lead tonight. Hmm. 2-2 to Fontenot. Did he go? Yes, he did. First strikeout for Frieri. 1 away, and here comes Sandoval. Sacrifice fly, a ground out and a walk. The attendance tonight, 42,055, just shy of a complete game sellout. And another big house expected tomorrow night. I hope you'll be one of those enjoying the action. The Giants showing off their World Series talent and first place in the National League West as they go for their 54th win. They lead Arizona by 3.5 going in, and Arizona needs a couple of runs in the 9th inning. They're down by 2 to the Dodgers at home, 6-4 in the 9th. Colorado a shutout win over Milwaukee, 4-0 in the other National League West action. Sandoval, as Phillips is going to go out to talk to Frieri. A note in the San Francisco media that's chronicling Venezuelan-born players, and Victor Martinez for Boston has the longest hitting streak in the big leagues by a Venezuelan, 25 in a row. Chico Carrasquel, the shortstop for the White Sox back in 1950, 24. Melvin Mora, 23 game streak, and then Sandoval at 22. And you know the folks that follow baseball religiously back in his home country are rooting for Pablo. Become the best of all those great players from that South American country. Needs a hit here, although he conceivably could get another at bat. 2-0. Couple of doubles, plating the 5th run for the Giants here in the 7th inning. And Jeremy Affeldt, well-used left-hander, loosening up in the bullpen. Boy, that brings up a memory. Chico Carrascal and Nellie Fox. What a double play combination that was. With the Chi Sox. Sandoval very patient. He's walked once, not chasing, even though he obviously knows what's at stake, wants to come up with a base hit. Maybe Bruce Bochy, although they could be, now they totally are pitching around him. They're going to walk him intentionally. The Giants fans here in attendance don't like that. They want Sandoval to get a chance to hit.
It's just good sound baseball. 1 out, now forced at any base, trying to work for that double play. And Nate Shearholtz has grounded into 3 double plays this year. The leader in that category, grounding into double plays for the Giants, is Aubrey Huff with 9.
They're now announcing that this is a sellout, 42,055. It's the 3rd of the season, and it looks as if we'll have another tomorrow night. Handful of tickets still available. Huff on deck. Shearholtz, tough 2 double up. You can see how fast he gets up the line. He's flying to left and grounded out twice tonight, to short and to second. There's Huff. He was the culprit last night. Wave at and miss. Good curveball. Padres with a 1-0 lead. Heath Bell, their ace reliever on the mound, but Huff got something he liked, an 0-2 pitch. Clubbed it into the right field seats to tie it at 1, and then on to the 12th inning when things fell apart for Luke Gregerson and the Padres lose 6-2. Curveball, and it's 1-2 on Nate Shearholtz. Needing a hit himself to extend a hitting streak to 8. Two balls, 2 strikes. Well, when we're up in San Francisco, you certainly can feel the electricity, the energy that's building around this ball club. I mean, they're selling out every game. People wearing all the San Francisco gear. And here's evidence here tonight. How many Giants fans are here to root for their team? Popped up off third, but that's going to sail into the seats. And it's the kind of excitement generated that it's going to happen in any city. It could happen in our city. And John Miller, the Hall of Fame announcer for the Giants, saying that, you know, there's such a belief in the team, and of course they've won so many games in the late innings, and it's a team without. There's John. Boy, he's dressing up usually in a Tommy Bahamas shirt, casual shirt and shorts, and now looking like he's going off to the prom. That he said if Barry Bonds' team had done what the Giants did last year, he doesn't think there would have been the same kind of reaction. It's just that it's such a good team to like. It's not a team really without any stars, with Buster Posey injured.
And like here in San Diego, I mean, there's a lot of close games too. I mean, obviously the records are different for both clubs, but a lot of close games for the San Francisco Giants as well, and that makes it exciting.
Yeah. But they're winning the close games, and that being the difference. And as you pointed out, boy, they scored just 3 runs, 45-12 on the year. They don't need much.
Well, we know with the great pitching the Padres have, boy, if they scored 3 runs, They'd be right there with the Giants.
Yes, they would. But the Padres, when you add up the games in which they've been shut out, scoring 1 run and 2 runs, it's 41 times they've scored less than 3 runs. Ground ball right side. Hudson can only go one way to first base as the runners advance. And Sherholtz 0 for 4 tonight. That brings up Aubrey Huff with runners at second and third and 2 outs. And here's our cold hard blast presented by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Last night, Aubrey Huff breaking the Padres' heart to tie it at 1. And then the Giants waiting until the 12th to roll a 5 against Luke Gregerson. And Huff won't get a chance here as the second intentional walk of the inning. They walked Sandoval, and now they're going to give 4 wide ones to Huff and take their chances on Cody Ross, who's homered, walked, and struck out. While they're walking Huff, the Padres announced today, or this week at least, that they're going to have 5 dates at the end of this year where they're going to conduct Spanish tours of Petco Park. You know, you can take a tour of Petco Park and fans take advantage of that. Sure. It's very interesting. And they're going to do 5 Spanish tours. If you're interested, Padres.com tours or Padres Baseball, BEISBOL.com. Great idea to reach out to all our Spanish fans, Spanish-speaking fans. Bases loaded for Cody Ross. Oh, all the way to the screen, and that'll get a run home. 6-1. Frieri, who has had flashes of that kind of wildness all year long, throws another run, and the other runners move to second and third as Torres scores for the 3rd time tonight. I guess you'd call this a wild pitch.
And he wanted it down and away, and as you mentioned, Ernesto Frieri sometimes can be one of those pitchers out there that it's kind of flip a coin. He's got to repeat his delivery consistently to throw consistent strikes. And sometimes he will have those little moments where he'll throw 3 or 4 wild ones.
Sandoval to third, Huff to second. Those 2 men put on intentionally. And the pop-up on the infield. Center of the diamond. Hudson is called. The inning's over, but the Giants add 2 more runs, a couple of doubles and a couple of walks and a wild pitch. Middle of the 7th, 6-1, the first place Giants. Diego in the 7th as we go beyond the box score, brought to you by Discount Tire, where America saves on tires. Ocasio with a shutout, a 4-hitter for the Rockies tonight at home, 4-0 over the Brewers. Tough team to shut out. Diamondbacks are up in the last of the ninth inning, needing 2 to tie the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw going for the win. He struck out 8 to pad his National League strikeout lead. He had 147 going in. Aaron Rowland stays in the game and will play left field as Jeremy Affeldt comes in to pitch. And here's his report card. Busy man, 46 games.
2 left-handers out of that bullpen for Bruce Bochy. Affeldt fastball, curve, and a split.
Rizzo leads it off. Big breaking ball for a strike. So Lincecum, 6 innings, 1 run that he gifted the Padres on a walk and wild pitches. Oh, ties up the Rizzo 0-2. 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 wild pitches, 7 strikeouts for Lincecum as he goes for his 8th win. Looks like we're going to have the major league debut of Luis Martinez striking out Rizzo again in on the hands. And here's Martinez in his big league first at bat. Young catcher called up from Tucson, highly touted for his defensive skills. Was hitting over 300 at Tucson. There you see his numbers, 313, no home runs.
Signed as a pro back in 2007.
And he rips one back to the mound off a broken bat, and Affeldt snares it. Hit it hard right to the glove of the pitcher. Didn't waste any time getting his first cut. Came close to a base hit. That brings up Jesus Guzman batting for Frieri.
He saw a fastball, take advantage of it, and took it right up the box. Just not hit hard enough. So good reaction by Jeremy Affeldt. Good swing there, kid.
Two outs, bases empty here in the 7th. And the breaking ball in for a strike to Guzman. One and one. Over but low with a fastball, 2-1. It's got to be the most underrated bullpen in the National League, the Giants. Not a lot of, well, you got Brian Wilson, he's a name, he's an all-star. But everyone in Bruce Bochy calls upon comes in, does the job.
They're hard throwers, they throw strikes.
Might have the night off, says Blackbeard. 3-1. .94 in the fastball and pumps it right through the swing of Guzman. Padres in risk of extending their losing streak to 7, longest of the season. Breaking ball just misses. So Affeldt thought he had him struck out. So a walk to the pinch hitter Guzman with 2 outs. And at the top of the order, Will Venable, a single and 3 at bats. Chopping at that fastball, couldn't find it.
Affeldt's got a little deception in that delivery as well. So lefty on lefty, you got to really keep that front shoulder tucked in and trying to think center of the diamond and left center field, left field line.
Runner goes and didn't pay much attention at all to Guzman. We'll see if that's a stolen base. No, it's a defensive indifference. DI puts him at second base, and the count 1-1 on Venable. Oh, that's a good-looking breaking ball, isn't it?
Sure is. Good curveball from Affel.
1-2. That's tough on the left-handed batter. It starts right at your right shoulder. Buckle your knees, and then it carves a trajectory into the strike zone. Chopped easily back to the mound. Affeld underhands it to first, and the inning is over. That bullpen again. Another shutout inning by the San Francisco Relief Corps. We go to the 8th. 6-1 Giants. Our Skycam shot brought to you by Mossy Ford and Mossy Toyota. Visit us in Pacific Beach or online at mossy.com. Top of the 8th inning, and 23-year-old Anthony Bass on the mound. It's his 3rd appearance. He started 1 game and worked another in relief as a win. Martinez also stays in the game, so an all-rookie battery. 2 of the several Padres who have made their major league debut, and these 2 men know each other from the minor leagues.
Yeah, and Luis Martinez caught big league pitchers in spring training, so he's familiar with their stuff. It's been a while for Anthony Bass.
Comes out with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball to Brandon Crawford for a strike.
Last time out on the hill was July 1st at Seattle, 14 days ago.
1-1.
Air it out, big fella. Go right after these guys.
Native of Michigan, collegiate at Wayne State in Detroit. Padres picked him in the 5th round just 3 years ago. So just a young guy, 23. Perhaps a part of the Padre future. Chance for him to earn his spurs.
And I think this is one of the things that Buddy Black does so well, inserting pitchers in certain games, inserting position players like Luis Martinez, major league debut, lined out to the pitcher, now behind the dish. Hey, this is a tough game for San Diego to fight back, down 6-1. Good breaking ball. Should have been called a strike.
Padres in the current alignment have 3 men who started in the minor leagues at the beginning of the season. The battery and Rizzo at first base. Line to center. Maben a quick break on it and makes the play. Crawford lines out. He's 0 for 4. Brings up the catcher, Chris Stewart. His line to left, doubled to left and scored, and grounded to short. The start tonight is Andres Torres. He's not only made the outstanding defensive play of the game, robbing Phillips of a double and maybe 2 runs for the Padres on a go-away catch to dead center field, but he's 2 singles and a double. He's knocked in 2 and scored 3. Single-handedly punishing the Padres. One and one to Stewart. Frieri goes an inning, allows 2 runs, both earned, 2 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. And a wild pitch. Going the other way and a base hit. Stewart has a couple of knocks tonight. He hasn't had many games with multiple hits, but a single and a double tonight. And the Giants reach double figures in the hit column. That's their 10th. Rowan entered the game as a pinch hitter in the last inning against Frieri, leading off, and dropped a double down the left field line.
Good breaking ball right there by Anthony. A little tight slider. 87.
Yeah, the single by Stewart ensures that Sandoval is going to get another at bat in the 9th inning. As he goes for a base hit, he's got 3 at bats with no official turn, 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. So he's 0 for 1, a ground out to second. So thinking ahead, he has maybe that last chance to extend his streak as Rowan sends that one foul.
You know, this is a game for Anthony Bass that he really has nothing to lose. Just challenge these hitters, go right after them with your best stuff. Rather than trying to nitpick with the slider down and away, oh, maybe I'll hit that corner. Just aim towards the middle of the glove, let the ball do the work. Same thing with the fastball. Throw it through the glove.
Stewart at first base, who was up with the Padres late last year. His 2 hits, a career best. Never had a 2-hit game, Stewart, in his brief big league career with the White Sox, the Rangers, the Yankees. Only 48 at bats, but night for him to celebrate. Couple of knocks, for single and then a double. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball gets Rowan. Bass with a strikeout, his first, and top of the order. And here's Torres, the tormentor. Singled up the middle to greet Dustin Mosley to lead off the game. Then he struck out. He scored on a sacrifice fly by Sandoval. Then he struck out in the 2nd, lined a single to right to drive in a run, and scored in the 5th. Doubled to left center and scored in the 7th inning. Gets it up there, 95 again.
Nice breaking ball. And, you know, Anthony Bass sitting in that bullpen all night tonight. Got to watch Tim Lincecum pitch, and we talked about earlier in the year in Colorado where we went over the mechanics of Tim Lincecum. And Anthony Bass watched Tim Lincecum, and he incorporated some of his movements in his delivery.
Breaking ball hangs outside, and it's 2-1.
A little different physique, though, huh? Tim Lincecum listed at 5'11".
I mean, if you didn't know Lincecum and he walked into your living room,
hey, the pool's in the backyard.
Guess what I do?
Pool's in the backyard.
2-2.
Need a new skimmer. Can you check it out for me?
Or can you play the ukulele?
Oh, little tiny Tim.
Yeah.
Now we're going back.
He doesn't.
Ronan Martin laughing.
Yeah, he doesn't tiptoe through the tulips at Lincecum.
No,
he comes at you. 2-2 to Torres, and the count runs out. That's his best fastball yet, 96, but too far out of the strike zone.
How about a punch out here for Anthony Bass? To see him challenge him 6-1, challenge him with that 96-mile-an-hour heater.
They don't hold on the runner. And foul ball. Stewart off with the pitch. Slider in on the hands of Torres. Not only 3 for 4, but a stolen base, and he came home on a double steal in the 5th inning. That ball hit a ton down the right field line, but hooking foul. That's up in the all-you-can-eat seats. That'll knock that free soda and hot dog right out of your hand.
So that's where those seats are, huh? Is that where they are, or are they out in right field upper deck?
The sign's out there.
Is it?
Ball 4. Stewart on to second base, and Torres is on again. So a single and a walk, 2 on, 2 out. That brings up Fontenot. 2 for 4 tonight. Dodgers held on to beat Arizona 6-4, so a Giants win, and they'll have a 4.5 game lead atop the National League West. So the Dodgers, who were struggling when we went to Los Angeles last time out, they had not won 4 in a row. By winning Sunday 4 in a row, and the victory tonight makes it 5 straight for LA, their best this year. Fontenot with a high foul off to the left.
Well, next trip for the Padres is going to be the humidity tour, huh? Miami, Philadelphia.
Yeah, Brian Pillman, the
traveling secretary.
Yeah, and then the equipment man has said you don't have to wear the sport coats on this trip. You can be more casual. It got to look nice now, as you always do.
Sure.
No Levi's, though. 1-1. Wait do you see what I have from the Ascot shop? Yeah, I got a San Diego casual shirt, Padre shirt.
Nice.
Oh, it's got the Friar on it. It's got the pennants on it. It's got
Very
the SD
cool.
logo.
A little history on your shirt.
Right. It's going to be a showstopper. Watch out, Miami.
So you're going straight Miami Vice on us. Sonny Crockett.
Isn't that a piece of Carpenter's equipment, that Vice? Is that you talking about that?
Now you're talking tool sheds.
Yeah, tool sheds.
It's something I don't have.
My dad took me there often.
See, did you have to pick out what do they call it?
You know what, my dad was, I don't know if it's a Finnish custom or not, the way he punished me. And fans are going to shudder when they hear this.
Can't wait.
3-1 to Fontenot. Yeah, the scoreboard wrong. Now 3-2. So a full count, first and second, and Sandoval, a piece of theater left here to see whether or not he can extend his hitting streak to 23, is on deck. We're in the 8th inning, 2 on, 2 out, 3-2 pitch. And that's a high fly. Ludwig easing toward the line and left. Inning is over. Bass unscathed. We'll see Sandoval lead off the 9th inning with the Giants in front, 6-1. The Woodshed. A reminder, stay tuned for the Sequan Casino postgame show. Our Eagle Scout Bob Scanlon and John Weisbord, Wise Bard, who always had his eye on the campfire girls, are standing by from our Channel 4 studios. Sequan Casino, getaway for the day at Sequan Casino. John Weisbord was a writer with the Angels back in my time in the American League.
I'm still waiting to hear that story about your Finnish father taking you to the woodshed.
Well, they're the better half of Bob Scanlon.
You know, Bob never has a second cup of coffee.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bartlett against Affeldt. Boy, they're scurrying around down there. Don't miss it. They've got some special stuff. Hey, John. So anyway, rather than, and my dad, I can't remember him ever really, giving me in those days, you could get a whipping, they'd take the shoe off, or they'd get the stick or make you find one, and then
if it's not big enough, I'll find one for you.
So he would, whenever I misbehave, grab me by the hair and pull my hair until I was up on my tiptoes. And then he would march me to my room, in the indignity of it all.
And that's the day you wanted to go bald.
Well, you know what? It happened so often. I literally, when I was like in 4th, 5th grade, I could sit and I could pull out my hair, and kids would, Ben, doesn't that hurt? He said, no, it hurts a lot more when my dad does it. Isn't that awful?
Awful.
But old Arnie, he taught me all the good lessons in life. And the Finn from Minnesota is like your dad here with you today. He's been gone 24 years, and I miss him every day.
Yeah, Dad's in town, enjoying big league baseball here in San Diego, so it's good to have him here.
Is he a Cubs or a White Sox fan?
White Sox all the way.
Oh, yeah, that's
Wants
right.
nothing to do with the Cubs.
Well, that's the way you got to be in Chi-Town.
Yep.
Full count to Bartlett, leading off the 8th inning. And he's aboard on a walk. That usually portends good things. Second walk from Affeldt. Brings up Gonzalez.
Well, the story my dad always tells me is that when he was a kid, his dad took him to Wrigley Field, and he asked some guy from the Cubs for an autograph. The guy said no, and from that day forward, he became a White Sox fan. I'm done with the Cubs. Want no part of them.
A strike on the inside corner. Oh, and 2 to Gonzalez. Struck him out on 3 pitches. That's the second strikeout for Affeldt. Brings up Brian Ludwig.
Who taught you how to keep score, Dick? Was it your dad, or did you just find your own way to keep score?
Yeah, Dad and Mom. My mother was a big baseball fan as well. Yeah, her father owned a little grocery store in Mount Clemens, Michigan, and he loved the Detroit Tigers. Long drive, left field, a sinking liner, and it's going to ram against the wall. On to third goes Bartlett on a long single by Ludwig. That hit so hard it ricocheted back to left fielder Rowan, and Ludwig has to settle for a single.
Boy, he put a hurting on this one. First pitch fastball. We know that Ryan Ludwig loves the fastball in. He drops the head on that one. Oh, he got it elevated just a little bit more. He's taking an aggressive turnaround first base. And like you said, Dick, that ball hit so hard. Nice play by Rowan playing the carom, getting it quickly.
And trailing by 5 runs, there's no value in trying to gamble on stretching that to a double. Well, it's not many times you can hit a ball off the wall here at Petco and only get a single, but that just was a screamer. Brings up Orlando Hudson, batting right-handed for the first time. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI groundout, and Sergio Romo starts to get loose. We saw him last night, pitched a perfect inning, struck out 2. First and third, 1 out. And quickly ahead is Affeldt against Hudson, 0-2.
Wondering how that wrist is going to affect Orlando Hudson batting from the right side. He was kind of making a fist there and motioning with that hand.
Infield back will give up a run for a chance at 2. This is outside, a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Padres looking for a hit with a runner in scoring position. They're 0 for 12 in the series. They did get the ground ball RBI from Hudson for the run in the 4th inning. That was when Gonzalez walked. Second on a wild pitch by Lincecum. Third on a wild pitch by Lincecum. And in on the 1-out grounder to second from the man at the plate, Hudson. First and third, 1 out. Padres down by 5 here in the 8th inning. Foul back. Ducking was Maben. That was in his direction on deck. Sellout of 42,055 here on a Friday night in San Diego's Petco Park. 2-2 the count. Over but low. Leadoff walk to Bartlett. Chased to third on that bullet single off the wall by Ludwig. First and third, full count. Hudson fouled at the plate. Hudson works his way aboard. This could be an interesting 8th inning. A lot of work to be done. Yet you can't score runs unless you get those pillows filled up. 3-2 again. On the outside corner, strike 3. Third strikeout by Affeldt.
Big looping curveball, and according to Carl's Jr. pitch tracks, off the plate. Ted Barrett sees things differently and rings up Orlando Hudson.
That brings up Cameron Maben and Bruce Bochy to the mound. So that's all for Affeldt. He works an inning and 2/3, leaves the game with the 2 runners at first and third, his responsibility. And this pitching change brought to you by the Law Tigers, San Diego's motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. Romo comes in. Sergio Romo makes his 43rd appearance, and his profile brought to you by RCP Block and Brick. You can build a dry stream bed in your yard with natural stone. Call RCP tonight. Romo when Huff tied the game in the ninth, pitched the bottom of the ninth last night, and the first man he faced was Maben, and he struck him out. And it's Maben here with 2 outs, first and third. Cameron with a base hit tonight. Safe on an error and struck out. First and third. And a wave and a miss at that slider.
And Bruce Bochy going to Romo because he's a strike thrower. He's got great numbers, and he wants to keep the Padres at 1. So he's going to his upper tier guys in that bullpen. Let's face it, they've got a lot of good young arms, but there are guys that are used in crunch situations. Bruce Bochy wants it to end right here with runners at the corners.
Bartlett at third, Ludwig at first. Another breaking ball, strike 1 and 2.
No, that's not really a hard, tight slider, but it's got some serious movement to it. You know, Luke Gregerson throws a different type of slider, too. But Romo only tops out at about 91 with the fastball, so it's not an overpowering slider. But it's got some great movement to it.
Fly ball center field. Torres retreats and makes the catch. Well, the Padres first and third and 1 out, and how many times? Unable to get the run home. They leave 2 more. On to the ninth. We'll see Sandoval. In the second inning, made it 2-0 San Francisco. That's the hit of the game. Brought to you by El Cajon Ford. As Tony Gwynn says, nobody beats El Cajon Ford. Visit them at Broadway in Maine or elcajonford.com. So in a 6-1 game now, that second run would be enough for the Giants. But they've added on with 2 more in the 5th and 2 in the 7th. Ground ball right side. Rizzo over to Bass, covering for the out, and Sandoval's streak apparently is going to end at 22 in a row. Only had 2 official at bats, a sacrifice fly, and 2 walks tonight. 0 for 2. He gets a hand from the knowledgeable Giant fans who are here and recognizing that that was probably his last chance. But what a run by Sandoval. Tips his cap on his way down the dugout steps. Nate Shearholtz 0 for 4 tonight. Fly to left and a couple of ground balls to second, and another out grounded to shortstop Bartlett. Slider that misses, ball 1. Well, tomorrow 5 o'clock for our Channel 4 pregame show, or Honda Dealers pregame show. Corey Lupke with that sparkling ERA of 2.57, matched against Barry Zito, who beat the Padres, allowed only 1 run up north last week. He's 3-1. 2 balls and a strike to Shearholtz with Aubrey Huff on deck.
Well, the way Corey Luebke's been throwing the baseball, hopefully Corey Luebke, there's still a lot of baseball left here.
Soft bound ball up the middle. Good stop by Hudson. The flip across is in. No, safe is the call.
Oh, what a great play by Orlando
Shearholtz, repetitive, of course, runs very well. Able to leg that one out. Can't get much on the throw here.
Ooh, I thought he had him.
I do too. I'd like to see it from a different angle.
Yeah. Oh, did he
pull him
well,
off the
you know
bag?
What? He did not motion that he was off the bag.
Well, the ball beat the runner, but definitely beat the runner, huh?
I thought he was out.
Infield hit for Shearholtz. 11 hits tonight for the Giants. Fine effort by Hudson, but when you leave your feet, then there's not much left on the throw. Here's Huff. He's 0 for 3. Walked intentionally. Well, with Luebke, a lefty, going against this lineup that has so many left-handed batters, you would think Southpaws would do well against San Francisco.
The Giants are doing pretty good against left-handers this year. They're well above 500.
That's surprising because they load up with lefties. Against left-handed starters, they're 18-6. Well, Torres turns around and bats right-handed. Sandoval turns around, bats right-handed. But Shearholtz and Huff will be in there. Two and two to Huff. Six runs, 11 hits for San Francisco. 1 run, 4 hits for the Padres. Padres, since that 6-5 loss in San Francisco when they led 5-3 and it went 14 innings, just haven't recovered. Haven't won a game since. High fly ball toward the line. Venable, and in fair territory, makes the catch. 2 away. Since that 6-5 game last week, the Padres have scored 1 run. Then they went to LA, scored 0-0. 1 run, 2 runs last night, and 1 run tonight.
Yeah, that one game you're talking about, San Francisco, the 5-3 game, that was a tough one. I mean, even last night, they're all tough, don't get me wrong, but when you've got the game and it's in your grasp to where you can win it, those are really tough, emotionally and physically.
Hector Sanchez, a catcher just called up by the Giants, is the announced hitter. Sanchez was at Fresno, hitting .305 for the top minor league team, and he's been a lifetime minor league player, hitting .300. His first big league at bat. So the 2 young catchers, Martinez that you see now giving the target, and Sanchez the hitter, both getting their first major league duty tonight. They got a lot to share. A ball and a strike. Sanchez very young, another Venezuelan. He's only 21. And he's been in pro ball since 17. Late swing, and the count goes to 1-2.
Tim Flannery doing a little dance down there, getting out of the way of that one. Oh, the old second sacker, though. It looks like the back's giving him a little problem. One hopper. Ugly finder.
1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2.
One of the best.
He's an A+ on the personality scale,
yes,
isn't he?
He is.
Ball 3, so a full count to Sanchez. Rizzo will back up and leave the bag. Try to cover that hole on the right side against the left-handed hitter. In the dirt, ball 4. Second walk from Bass, so 2 on, 2 out. And Brandon Crawford, the hitter. He's 0 for 4. Line to center his last time up. Giants scored in the very first inning tonight. Singles by Torres and Fontenot to open the game, first and third, and Sandoval's sacrifice fly. 1-0. Ross's home run in the second made it 2-0. Fifth inning, leadoff double by Stewart. He scored on Torres' single. Then Torres eventually scored on a double steal after Fontenot's single. Base hit, no. Covering it is Bartlett up behind second. Throws to first just in time to get Crawford. Good coverage by Bartlett, ranging far to his left. No runs. A hit, 2 more left by the Giants. Last of the ninth coming up. 6-1 Giants. Guillermo Mota, the fourth pitcher employed by manager Bruce Bochy. There are his numbers. For the Giants, that's a very high ERA, 4.40, and a 270 batting average. Those are the least attractive marks of any Giant pitcher. So Buddy Black is going, well, not Buddy, but part of him going to Cooperstown. The Hall of Fame called and asked that the Padres donate the uniform worn by Black last night, honoring Dick Williams, and it had the Dick Williams logo, the 1983 colors of the Padres that Williams wore. And Cooperstown said, would you mind sending us your jersey, Mr. Black? And so accommodated.
That's nice. Anytime you can have a piece of equipment, a glove, a bat, spikes, hat, uniform in Cooperstown. Beautiful.
Well, maybe he'll last long enough as a Padres manager and take this franchise to a World Series where Black
that would be nice.
Would be inducted. He certainly has the ability. There's around the league, and any player that's ever worked under Bud Black, he is a fantastic leader and teacher. Anthony Rizzo, high fly ball, right field line, into the corner, and out of play. Shearholtz in foul territory.
That didn't miss by much.
No. Do a world of good for young Rizzo to tie into one,
sure,
wouldn't it?
As this ball's coming down.
Yes. Missed by Shearholtz.
Good effort. Yeah, now would be a good time for Anthony to, leave this game, end this game with a good swing and get credit for a base hit.
Ground ball right side, but Fontenot there to close the gap and throw him out. So Rizzo 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. That brings up Martinez for the second time. Hit the ball sharply off a broken bat, but right to the pitcher Affeldt for the out. A young looking 25 years of age is Martinez.
Well, he stands off the plate. That's the first thing that I recognize. When you talk about guys standing off the plate, one guy sticks out in my mind. Remember Tim Wallach, now coach for the Dodgers? He stood in the back corner of the right-handed batter's box, and you thought, oh, I'm just going to pummel that outside corner, right?
That's just what he wanted to do.
He would rifle one off into the right center field gap. He'd be standing on second base. Guys who are off the plate, they like to dive, so you bust them in. Guys who are on top of the plate, you pitch them away because they like to try to hook everything.
2-0 to Martinez. High fly ball hit pretty well to center. Torres to the warning track to collect it for the second out. So his 2 at bats impressive. A line out to the pitcher and a long out to center. And San Diego down to its final out. It'll be Chris Denorfia on his birthday. So happy number 31 to Denorfia. 5 home runs. Well, should light a candle even with the bases empty. Hit one, number 6 here tonight. '94 from Mota. A ball and a strike.
Free and easy gas out of the hand of Guillermo Mota. 94. There are max effort guys, and then there are guys who just nice, fluid, easy motion, and the ball jumps out of their hand. That's a heavy ball at 95.
2 balls and a strike. Two and two, and the Padres down to their final strike. There's a slider for Mota. Just did spoil that effort. A slider. 2 and 2 to Denorfia. No one on. Padres down 6-1 here in the last of the 9th inning. Venable, the leadoff man, is on deck. Oh, just to get a piece of that one, and the catcher Stewart took punishment on that foul tip.
Now, I'm wondering, he swung and missed at that. Looked like to me. And I'm wondering, Mota had the reaction like it was a drop third strike, right? Because there were 2 strikes. Tough to tell. Let's take a look from the side. Tough to tell.
Must have just gotten a piece of it. Stewart took the punishment. 2 and 2 again. Denorfia. Strike 3, and the ball game is over. The Padres strike out 11 times tonight. The Giants have won 6 of 7. The Padres have lost 7 in a row. San Francisco behind Tim Lincecum has defeated the Padres 6-1. Back with the final totals right after this.